Hi, so today we are on Future Hits today with Aaricia. So thanks for tuning in on to 94.7 Hits FM. So Aaricia is a Montreal artist, well known, also in the European charts. So that's exciting. To start off, you're described as as an artist who's young, dark, like a pop songstress. A little bit more of that. What can you tell us about that theme that you...
Well, I feel like a lot of my music is, like if you listen closely to the lyrics, they're not super happy. Sometimes they're like a bit sad, dark, but they're also put on like these like joyful beats and instrumentals, and performing them has a totally different like meaning than when you write them. So I feel like it's a good description to that type of music.
Because you're someone who's very, flashy colors, blonde hair, so it's really interesting.
I'm a happy person.
You are, and your music too is very, very different. I would say you have a very nice soulful look, which I saw as well that you're trying to do a bit of a '90s 2000 vibe. So
definitely, I'm a '90s baby. So.
How did you get involved with the music industry?
Well, I was born into the music industry. My dad's a musician, so I've always had a studio at my house, so that made it really easy to like lean towards music. And growing up, well, he would teach my brother how to play guitar, and I was super jealous about that because he didn't want to teach me because my hands were too small. Also, I was really an impatient child, so I totally understand it. No offense taken there, Dad, but I sort of ended up teaching myself how to play guitar, and I learned piano when I was younger, so it was just natural.
Your first album, Figures, was released in 2017. Can you tell us why that album made your mark? What do you think really captivated the audience with that album?
I feel like that I have no idea. That captivated you never know what the audience is gonna like or not. Sometimes it's weird. You feel like what you like best is what they're gonna like best, and it's the complete opposite of what you were thinking. But Figures, I feel like, my first EP was The Ruler, and most of the songs that were written on The Ruler were written by me before, either on the guitar or on the piano, and they were flipped afterwards. And Figures was sort of like the first time that we really started stuff from scratch and just like built together, me and my producer Max, that worked on both projects as well. So
yeah, the tone of your next album is a little bit more pop and R&B, and you actually have a trilogy of videos. So I saw a few of them. I saw all of them, especially the one in the desert that really came strong at me.
Thanks.
That was very interesting. So tell us more about those videos. What are you trying to tell? Like, what are we ready to see with this album?
Well, basically, the videos were inspired by the dry water one, the desert one, which was the main one that I didn't want to let go of. And we were sort of like brainstorming, like, how can we make this efficient, like budget wise, to like fly everyone there and go and do these stuff. And we ended up building like the trilogy around it. And I also felt like telling it backwards was really interesting because dry water is sort of like the opposite of what you think it is, and I felt like telling that story backwards was sort of like amplifying the concept behind things are not always what they seem to be.
Okay, so the story was meant to be backwards.
It was released with chapter 3 first, 2 and 1.
That's really why I wanted to ask about this, because when I saw the videos, kind of made me think of like how Zayn had done it too. So, I mean, it's very interesting and different. You've gained over 1 million streams with your collaborations on Catch Me on Spotify.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should keep an eye out for 2020?
Well, I'm actually writing 2 songs for Clément right now, which is the producer that I did Catch Me with him. So that's going to be really interesting. And also, you're probably going to see a very different color to me in 2020. With acoustic stuff and more of like
soulful?
My roots, maybe more like where I started from and how I actually write my music. So that's going to be fun. I'm excited for that.
Well, I'm excited to see that. We have 4 super quick questions. Those are a little bit more fun. Just so the audience can get to know you a little bit better. Frequent Listeners Club. What is your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple.
I think. Yeah. Purple.
But do you have a favorite artist?
I always hate those questions. I'm like,
you don't have to pick just one. You could pick the ones that you're more influenced by.
All time.
All time, if you had to.
Amy Winehouse. Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah. those questions are so hard. The, like inspirations and favorite artist ones, there's so many.
There's so
like
many.
Billie Eilish right now, Justin Timberlake when I was growing up, Amy Winehouse. Like, anyways.
Would you want to collaborate with any other artist?
Yeah, for sure. Collaborations are awesome. Like pitching ideas with people. That's what like making music is all about. You know.
Of course. And do you have anyone in specific? Again, it doesn't have to be just one person, but
I really like Lolo's Y right now. I think she's really cool, and I think we could be friends.
Yeah, I just think so too.
Yeah.
And if you had one message to give out to your fans, what would it be?
Just be who you are and be nice to people because you never know what can happen, and karma's real. And yeah, that's it. And also go listen to my new album, Dry Water.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Aaricia, for being here with us today.
You.
You're listening to Future Hits on 94.7 Hits FM. And we're looking forward to 2020 and what new theme we'll see.
Thanks. Thank you for having me.
For sure.
Hey, I'm Aaricia, and you're listening to 94.7 Hits FM, Future Hits.
Dry water, almost not good enough. Dry water, dry water.